hearing me?
Hello everybody, completely dead start on this one, so I apologise. Just bear with us, I am on screen, will be talking, it's just a bit of a slow start, unfortunately. Gremlins in the system, or whatever you say. First off, thank you so much for all the love with the 757 trailer. It's been a bit of a mad one today, not just on YouTube and FS Weekend and everything that's going on, but sort of personally. So again, I'm going to be a bit off. I still need to sort of a few things here, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I'm looking forward to showing you this, because this is a local airport for me, a local airport for many of my friends over on Discord and YouTube and in real life, of course. And it should be quite exciting to have a little look around this new Liverpool airport update by Digital Designs. Didn't see this one coming at all. Didn't see this one coming at all. Perseverance Scenery, Liam, good to see you. And obviously Aerodessa in the chat as well, guys. I'm just sort of finishing up trying to copy and paste this into different places, and obviously get a few more people in to see it. It is a bit of a sort of oddly timed. I say oddly timed, it's not really, is it? I mean, with indie build sort of, you know, talking about their Liverpool airport recently, and obviously not having a really up-to-date Liverpool, it is kind of been on the cards, to be very honest. Now I should have this is the problem that I've been having. Alex, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I think I can hear you now, guys. Aerodessa, Liam, Kev's here as well. Aviation, good to see you. Can everybody hear Alex on the live stream? Please let me know. Please let me know in the live chat for me. I do see the audio spiking, which I didn't have before, which is great. But I can't tell if I can hear him or not. You guys will have to let me know if we can hear that. So Alex is a good friend and moderator of the channel. He's also obviously local to the airport, but not only that, Alex and James, as well as obviously the Digital Designs team as well. Yes, loud and clear, perfect, so it is working. Do you know what I did, Alex?
What did you do, mate?
I muted the whole Discord.
Oh my god.
In the sound mixer, you know, because of this music that starts up on the start of live streams. I purposely just muted all that. But yeah, there you go. That's a me error. The music is still on, but let me just double check what the music is. Audio source 9. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that down a bit. It's a bit loud. Perfect, yeah. Well, obviously, we'll be going to the game stream. Yeah, let's go to the actual... I say game stream, that's what it's down as on OBS. I apologise. It's simulator screen. So let's get on to there now. Here we go. We're above Liverpool. The main apron, of course. The reason why, obviously, we've got Alex in the live chat is obviously a good friend, but also a moderator of the channel. But most of all, he has helped Digital Designs with this update. This was again a bit out of the blue for me. I think probably a bit out the blue for you as well, Alex. Kind of just Digital Designs were talking about updating Liverpool for a long time. Obviously, he continued doing new projects and updating further airports. The plan originally, I don't mind, it wouldn't mind me sort of saying this, was to obviously carry on with Liverpool Airport. Now, I hope he does, but obviously Digital Designs are, Indie Builds are coming in strong with their version at some point, soon, I would imagine. And yeah, I think Digital Designs, as well as Alex and James as well. Big shout out to those guys. I think you guys have done really well, because he's only been working on this for like the past month or so, and I also think as well the amount of work that's been done in the last 24 hours has been incredible as well, because this update was supposed to go out, I think, sort of at the start of the weekend, and I think the guys just kept on adding things in, getting more reference material and adding more in. Which is incredible. I think it's a great effort, and already you will see one of the new assets. I have got a list on my screen here that Digital Design sent me through. You can see the animated bus, all a little bit of that's the shadows, I think. Animated bus there. We will go and have a little look around the airport, because there is things in and around the airport that have been added. Alex is with me because he, again, like I said, he has been working alongside Digital Designs to bring more authenticity to the Liverpool scenery, and there's been new billboards, there's been new, well, you can already see there's actually open hangars now with interiors. There's a lot of ground service equipment as well. All of the you can see actually down here, look at that, these look fantastic. I know obviously right now you're not getting the best sort of quality with the lods and stuff, but if you go down, I taxied out here in the Baron from the General Aviation apron, and these new textures on the taxiways look fantastic, and they were just immediately noticeable when I started that flight. One thing that I will point out is, and one thing Digital Designs tell me, is that these blue lights, these are actually, I did tell him just now before the live stream, unfortunately he couldn't be with us today, but he did say these were popping up. Now these, I let him know, these are actually from the flight, the FLYT simulations, the guys who do the Brazilian airport. These lights are from the enhanced scenery package. Where's my thingy gone? I've put it on the wrong one here. Sorry guys.
Face cam's just gone off, yeah.
I don't know why.
Can I just say something quickly? Sorry,
yeah, go on, sorry.
So I just want to say what I did. I only quickly, literally last night, helped Evgeny from DD there.
Yeah.
With the scenery, just updating some stuff, but I'd like to give all the credits and references to James. He's single-handedly, without him, this project probably wouldn't have happened, because he's provided all the references for like the detailed areas you can see, like inside the hangars and stuff like that, and throughout the scenery. So he's been a big help to the whole scenery. So I'd just like to give some time there.
Spot on, mate. No, I mean, yeah, as I say, I mean, even before, it was quite modest and humble of Alex just to say, you know, you don't need to say thanks to me and all that business, but at the end of the day, guys, as I said before, this update has been in the works for a bit of time, but it's also, in the last 24 hours, last 48 hours, have really been like, let's add more. Now you will see the bus going past here. I will point this out because you guys will see it. The update is due out within the next day or two. It's going to be submitted to obviously the appropriate stores. So you guys should have this update very soon, within the next couple of days. There is a bit of flicker on the textures there. There's been a bit. See, you see, it will go completely. But at a distance, I think there's a bit of flicker on the grass. I think that's more of a 2024 issue. But as you can see, the animation on the bus is fantastic. It's all authentically branded up with the almost with the Arriva blue. I don't know if it's an Arriva bus exactly, but it's Co-Bus. It's got all the new branding on it. There's a couple of more over there. It's fantastic to see. Now, what I want people to do is I have mentioned it, but I just want people to not kind of jump on the build scenery. I will be mentioning it, but the reason why I should not to is because obviously it's a completely different studio. Digital Designs, this is one of the oldest Digital Design scenery. This is FSX P3D. I had the first video on my channel for this when it came out on Orbex in January 2021 on my channel. You can still scroll back and see that video. And I just want to talk about this because we're going to go through the list. We'll spend some time looking around. I've got Alex here with me to kind of give me some pointers, because I probably will forget something. So Alex, make sure if you do see something, mate, that I've forgot, jump in. That's not a problem, mate.
Yeah, no worries. I was just thinking then, on the bus, it's not actually Arriva, it's the
No, it's not,
just
no.
the airport. No, it's the airport bus,
Yeah.
which also James provided the references for there as well, which makes it look
It's
so
great.
good.
It's great that obviously the ground textures are now using obviously the 2024 SDK. If you remember, Digital Designs did release an update for 2024 to make it compatible not too long ago. This one completely does things. Now, if you have a look at this building, this is a very, very good example. Pretty much all models have been retextured and to a higher standard, almost for I think 4K. If you have a look on this building, you'll also see some parallaxed interiors, and there's a couple of those. He hasn't just done a bit of a house cleaning, guys. There's a lot of retexturing going on. There's a lot of, you know, you can see the reflections in the jet, obviously not the jetway, but what we have at Liverpool. And there's a lot of new additions. The walkways with the shelters, obviously on this side, and the other side as well. Lighting's been improved. What I'll do is I'll go through the list first, because I'm not too sure how it flicked on that last screen as well. I'll be totally honest, that's totally flummoxed me. That I don't know why it jumped on that very, very last screen. But Abe, good to see you. EGGP simming colour on that building's a little bit off, I think. Okay. I mean, to be honest with you, I never really noticed that building, because whenever I fly out from Liverpool, I'm over here, and from the terminal you can't really see it. But I know the colour has been changed for the terminal as well. You will see the texture work that's been put into all of the exterior of the building, and there's an interior to the departures lounge as well. Listen, guys, it's not, you know, Dreamflight Studios, MK Studios level of interior, but the idea wasn't the idea for this wasn't that. It wasn't to have this massively detailed interior. This was to improve what was there, and what was there was just it wasn't even a parallaxed interior. It was like a 2D sort of bit of cardboard behind some glass, which you could only really see at night time. In fact, in the last day or so, Alex and James, and obviously Digital Designs. How do you say the gent's name, Alex? Sorry, because I don't want to refer to him as Digital Design, because it is only him, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I don't know if I get this right, but I'd pronounce it as Evgeny. It's
Evgeny. It's
something like that.
I do apologise. I know he said he's going to watch this back, so we do apologise for the very Scouse and British pronunciation of your name, buddy. But yeah, this wasn't so you can go and explore. We can go inside, and oh no, we still can't go inside. We can actually go inside with the development camera. But you'll see in there that we've got the WH Smith. There's where I used to work. Great stuff. JD and the Zone. We've got the Kissing Gate, all in where they should be. All of the Beatles artwork fully updated. Monty's is there, which is the new sort of American diner. It's actually really nice, but it's expensive. It is there to be a lovely bit of scenery to look at while you're on the gate of your, I don't know, it would be EasyJet, I think, from here, possibly Logan Air. I don't know the ATRs go that far. But compared to what we had, it's a fantastic update.
It's a world away, isn't it?
It is, and to be very, very fair, I've known developers just to go, someone's bringing an updated version of my airport out, I'm not going to bother. And that's what I also want to say to Digital Designs is, you know, you didn't just go, right, no, AnyBuilds are bringing one out, I'm gonna bugger off and go to my next one. He's actually thought, you know what, I will do, because let's face it, guys, I think there's probably going to be a lot of people who are not going to spend some money. They might not have money to go and spend on a new airport. This is obviously going to be a free update. It's a fantastic update. We're going to go around even further and look, but let's just have a look. So I know there's been night lighting updates on the interior as well. And what I will say, guys, is this is a pre-release. Oh yeah, look at that. Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's fantastic. This is obviously a pre-release version, guys. So you know, I know he's been updating this quite a lot over the last couple of days. There's been quite a few versions of this passed on to myself and Alex, but obviously Alex has been working on quite a lot as well, along with James. But all this baggage, sort of not reclaim, but obviously where the baggage comes in and out of the aircraft, all being done. And in fact, we saw this the other day, me and Alex Eve spotted it. This is where you go through to the terminal arrivals, all modelled there as well. Fantastic. Let's have a little look. Looks great, I must say. Already on its own is likely to save me some money. Yeah, definitely. I said to Alex before, there's another little guest joining us today. That little beauty guest is just over there. Can you guys spot at the end of the airport there? Massive thank you to Sharvin from Bluebird Simulations for letting me bring this this beauty to Liverpool today. That's not why we're here, but say hello.
Distance there.
Yeah, she's the Bluebird 757's had a bit of love today at FS weekend, and I thought I'd bring her along with me to see Liverpool Airport. She's on the sort of the heavy ramp where we would see the bigger aircraft park at Liverpool. The 757 can actually park on the EasyJet apron. In fact, that's where the Iceland Air 757 was parked when it visited the other week. So, yeah. But we're not concentrating on that. What I want you guys to look at is the insane amount of GSE being added to the ground service equipment. There's also, as well, the XLR terminal has been added as well. I say call it a terminal. It's more of a building, isn't it? Also, as well, the car parks look absolutely rammed now. We've got cars parked in the staff car park now, as well as the passenger car park. Couple in the short stay car park as well. It looks great. It looks fantastic. What else have we got? Let's go to the hangars. Have we got anything down here, Alex? I don't want to miss anything. So we got obviously the Jet 2's stand and building was added in the last update. We've got the XLR. Those fuel tanks, have they been redone in front of XLR? They look.
To be honest,
again,
with you, I can't really remember that far in.
Yeah, I mean, as what I would say, guys, is a lot of retexture work has been done on the buildings. A lot of billboards, authentic stuff, you know, like signs and logos and all that business. It's oh, don't get too close. I can't get too close to her. She's not allowed. She's not allowed. Quite a lot. The yellow submarine, that was already there. That's been there since literally the day it released in 2021.
I think yes, there is something I've just remembered.
Yeah.
If you go to the left, just avoiding the 757.
Yeah, go on. There's the animated bus there as well, guys. Just to have a little bit more of a better look on. I showed it before. There we go.
If you head toward the left, it's got the back up a bit.
The DHL building.
Yeah, the DHL building right there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's also
James
changed...
provided all the references for that as well.
Yeah, James did quite a lot with the branding, the EasyJet vehicles, the tugs and stuff like that. He's also changed in front of the old control tower as well. Some of the porter cabins there have completely changed. They look like they do now. They do, in fact, Liverpool Airport in real life, they change those porter cabins quite regularly. So it's one of those to stay up to date with Liverpool in that respect is quite a task as well. This was the first airport I bought in 2020. Mine January 2021. I looked at it and was really late to actually get it. I remember seeing it on Orbex and going, since when was that out? So Orbex, the price, this is 1063, is that right? I've checked on an eBuild to some. Yeah, but again, these updates are obviously all going to be free. There isn't no landside, guys. Again, that was something that would require a lot more time. I don't think we would have seen the update for a while. But it's fantastic. There's all new billboards by the short stay car park as you come into the sort of the airport infrastructure, the landside area. All these have been updated with obviously more relevant, up-to-date signs. This one here in the roundabout as well, that's been redone, hasn't it, Alex? The your holiday starts here. I think that's
It has,
yeah, perfect. We're going to try and rotate, because obviously Liverpool Airport's based really on one side of the runway. We've got the control tower on the other side, and that's pretty much it. We don't really have any other buildings and stuff. Let's go through the list before I forget. Improved terminal model, which again, it has been done. There's a lot of new texture work done. Partial terminal remodel, as in the interior to it as well, for the airside section. Improved nearly all textures on the models with higher resolution. Addition of missing terminal elements. I think there's a couple of bits on the roof, and there's obviously all of the luggage sections where you can sort of dip underneath the terminal as well. Partial interior modeling from the aircraft parking area. Yeah, that's what I've just said. Yeah. New improved ground service equipment. There's a lot of it. Animated bus. Improved ground textures with update markings. We'll go around because we've still got the Raven Air apron and stuff like that as well. Improved taxiway lighting. New buildings on the airport grounds. Obviously we've seen XLR. There's a DHL building. There's also there's more to see. And replace some of the outdated models with new ones. Improve lighting on the masts around the airport, the apron lights themselves. Airport logistic buildings. There's also, it says, addition of the new logistics building near the airport. Alex, do you know if that's on the airport? Is that...
So if you take a left here...
Yeah, is that those ones next to these ones?
It's by the road. It's by the road. Your stream's delayed, so I'll have to just...
It's near the older huts. I think it's these ones.
Yeah,
these definitely
were. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, and guys, that isn't just it. By the way, you wait till you see the other thing that he's done as well. Increased number of vehicles in the car parks. Absolutely, all the staff car park here, and short stay and long stay, and then there's other car park on the other side as well. The solar panels near the end where Dungeon Lane is, that's all been added, which is fantastic because that's literally only been put up in the last month. What else? Fix some bugs preventing... Now this is a good one, guys. So this is one that I saw pop up on the forum. Someone was asking about FSLTL. None of the planes would take off or land. They do now. I've seen it. I also sent screenshots to the forum to show there was an EasyJet and Ryanair both taxiing all the way onto its stands. Absolutely fantastic. What I will say, nothing to do with digital designs, but FSLTL, even Just Flight, have the Ryanair and EasyJets parked up on the Raven Air apron, so there's no way to sort of fix that. It's a bit of a ball ache with AI traffic and airports and stuff like that. New billboard signs. That next one I'm not going to tell you because that's insane. The use of parallax textures for interiors. There's a couple of more. I've spotted a few more. Adding interiors to the hangars. We will look at that. The big hangars, the doors are usually open on that. Again, massive thank you to Alex and James for that, because that was something that they've pointed out to digital designs and said, listen, those doors are pretty much always open. You can see in. We've got some interiors to the hangars, which I love to see. Improved ortho imaging, some minor bug fixes as well, and then change the lighting. The last couple have all been in the last 24. In fact, less than 24 hours, maybe 12 hours. Digital designs have done that. Fantastic, insane, and that's the big update. Landside, I don't think there's anything that's immediately brand new. For me, I think.
Sorry, there are now 3D people.
Yes, there is. I see a couple of 3D people on the ramp as well. Yeah, look at these guys, ready for the holiday. Here we go. These guys have just come over from the short stay car park and they're heading off. I think, I'll be totally honest, I think some of the walls on the Hampton Hotel have been spruced up as well. I think these are definitely slightly better textures than what we had before.
It's because they've been upgraded to 4K.
Yeah. As we go along here, folks, there's more that's being done. More cars again, but also here in front of the old car park, there's new cabins. Some of the older cabins have been taken away as well, and it looks fantastic. It really does. Aviation House, some of the meet and greet drop-off points. There was a mass. This was actually a whole host of like porter cabins, like double-decker ones, all the way along with the old red and sort of blue and grey colourways that you see on the hangars. All being taken away. That's all updated. In fact, only I doubt that he's done it, but this road now is actually called Aviation Avenue or Aviation Way. But that was literally within the last day. He's also fixed the bridge as well. I think that was fixed anyway. I remember looking back at my old video, and that's an underground tunnel bridge combination. It hasn't been done, but do you know what? It's very hard to do them without messing up the landscapes and the floor and stuff like that. What I would say to him, and this might be something you can go back to him, Alex, with, is actually the 3D modelled houses are nice, but you've got UK update now with all the photogrammetry houses, I think. Oh no, do you know what? They don't come this far, do they? I'm sure they did. That's wrong, isn't it? Photogrammetry does come this far in the sim, I'm sure it does. I'm pretty certain that photogrammetry coverage in Liverpool goes nearly to witness. I'm pretty certain. I'll have to double check on that. But yeah, maybe these ones can be taken out now because we do have the photogrammetry houses, and the photogrammetry coverage in Liverpool's pretty good as well. One of the best, in fact. Here is another massive update. More GSE, but also the passenger canopy, the walkway, which was never there, and it is now complete with the Welcome to Liverpool sign on it as well. No, photogrammetry doesn't. Oh, okay. I believe Odessa, because he is the oh, okay. Fair enough. I thought it went all the way. I'm a bit of pareidolia there, I don't know. They've still not modelled Everton's ground. The thing is, mate, I'm wondering, now that you say that, I'm wondering if InnyBuilds have done it. As I say, I don't really want to talk too much about the InnyBuilds one, but yeah, it is in there. The older Goodison one's in there with Orbex and stuff. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if InnyBuilds have done Bramley Moor. They are doing stuff in the city. They've the first screenshot they show was the Radio City Tower, or formerly the Radio City Tower. I tell you what, though, if you look at this walkway here, the sort of not the jetway, but I guess it is a jetway. It doesn't connect to the plane, but you'll see the level of detail that's been added to the textures. All this weathering along here, and thing is, digital design to Liverpool wasn't like bad, you know what I mean? It was really, really good. This just really does bring it to 2024 standards, in my opinion. Sure, you don't have the massive full interior, but listen, it is what it is. It looks fantastic now. I think there's going to be a lot of people who might decide, listen, I've got this, I've had it for years, I might just update it, and that's what I'll use, because he has done a lot of the south of Liverpool. You've got the Land Rover Jaguar factory, you've got the Speak Retail Park, you've got the old airport modelled in there as well. There's a lot. Plus as well, I will show you in close detail, but there's one thing I missed, and that's added industrial zone across the river from the airport. And if we have a little sneaky zoom in, you'll see it. I can't remember what this industrial zone is called. But look at this.
Well, that's Stanlow, mate.
Is it? Is it?
Maybe that's over
yeah.
to the left a bit more. I think it's Stanlow.
I think it might be, mate. But I think that's got lighting mast on it and stuff like that. But it's fantastic because the planes, again, especially your general aviation, you will be going right over that. You might even go close to that and see that if you're on a approaching to runway 27 over Ellesmere Port as well. Yeah, it is Stanlow, yeah. I'm certainly just I'll be updating it. Don't see any reason for the alternative. I don't care about interiors. Exactly. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing, guys. There's still people they're not bothered about interiors, and that's fine. And I think this is where Digital Designs have done a cracker here, because I you know, if you we'll see. Any builds is going to be a nice to look at, I'm sure of it. But this has been available for years. This is been going for going on 6 years nearly, this scenery. And I think this is a testament actually to Digital Designs. I will say that, and if he does rewatch this stream, the fact that you've updated it now 6 years on is just incredible. You will not see it, in my opinion, from other developers. I can't recall another developer updating a scenery after 6 years. It's incredible, and it is one of the older ones. Aerodessa, you've sent me the photogrammetry coverage of Liverpool on Discord. Absolutely legend, mate. Thank you so much. What I did want to do for you guys is, because it doesn't really tax the system much, I am just going to add in some of the FSLTL traffic. Keep in mind that obviously it ain't perfect. It might have aircraft sat on the apron, down in the GA apron. You're not going to work for me, FSLTL, no. Okay.
Also, mate, the night lighting is so better. If you look at just the runway lights and the taxi lights, it's so much better.
Oh, definitely. I'm just going to turn FSLTL on, which should be running now. Any sort of anomalies in audio, guys, that'll be most likely sort of engine sounds and stuff, and a little bit of stuttering right now will be the injection process. You'll see that Liverpool never ever looks this busy. But it looks better. Also, I don't think Ryanair used this particular stand, but again, it looks nice. I've noticed that it never really uses the EasyJet apron, FSLTL. I've seen EasyJet taxi into it though, which is great. But we'll leave that running and we will carry on. Yeah, some of this ground section, look at this. He has updated the ortho, and if you have a little look here, this satellite imagery on the ground looks brilliant.
Superb.
It is. It's really nice. And TNT are no longer here. As per real life, we've now got FedEx. It's been completely updated as well. There we go. FedEx, all done. Vehicles there. Brandon's there. The signs are there as well. Also as well, they're not just textures. It's a 3D sign. Let me just have a little look and see if there's actually night lighting on it. I'm sure there is. Yeah, look at that. I've noticed there's these kind of UFO lights. I think these are just a sort of a bygone from 2020, if I'm going to be totally honest. But we have got... Let's have a little... Because Alex has mentioned it, I'll give you a little overview of the night lighting. There we go. Look at that. I mean, in general, 2024's night lighting's bloody gorgeous anyway. Was this one of the first? I'm pretty sure it was. On 2020 it was one of the first sceneries on 2020 anyway. But it's FSX and P3D. This, in fact, when he originally ported this into Microsoft Flight Simulator, it was just that. It was a port. It was just ported in. There was no sort of update. He did gradually start to update it, and now I think we are sort of on the. I would call this, apart from any fixes that need to be done, I think this is probably going to be, you know, the the last update, but you never know. You never know. I would urge them to carry on. I certainly, every time a developer tells me I'm not going to do that anymore because such and such is doing it now, I always urge them. I always give them a little nudge and say, listen, don't let it put you off, because let's take RW Profiles Newcastle for example. I know Urbex's Newcastle was outdated and it was a long time off it, but RW Profiles started with one airport. They were used to do GSX profiles. They still do for indie builds, and look what they've done with Newcastle. Incredible. One of the best sceneries in my opinion. Not too sure how that didn't win the best scenery at the Flight Sim Awards personally, but yeah, we won't say any more about that. Last update until the real world airport goes under major changes in a few. Yeah, I mean, it's the airport's had a master plan for years and years, and it's still quite, apart from sort of interior developments and a couple of other little outbuildings, there's not been the interior has improved. Like I worked there for going on 6 years, and when I go on holiday now and fly from Liverpool, the interior is just completely different. They do so much and improve it a lot. Statistically, it is the UK's best airport as well, which is always nice, isn't it? I really hope they continue, but unfortunately, nothing will rival indie builds. I mean, yeah, I don't really want to. Listen, you guys know I'm a fan of indie builds. If I'm given the opportunity, I'll preview anything indie builds does. Apart from aircraft now, I'm not really doing that now. The flicker on these lights, guys, I'm pretty sure these will be fixed, but let's carry on because I'll start giving you
mate, should we have a look in the hangar here?
Yeah.
James is watching, and he helped a lot for these. He provided all the references.
Perfect, mate. Here we go, guys. So that again, I'm already seeing some insane detail. Look at the floor inside there. You've got all these moisture marks on the floor and tire marks, and yeah, let's have a little look at this. Yes, look at that. Authentic. Are they Panther or Oshkosh? Are they? Oshkosh. Well, the fire engines, are they called Panthers in the UK? I think they are. But this is, I'm told by Alex, this is where most of the, or maybe James. I don't know if James has done knows about this, but ground service equipment goes in here. There's a plane going out.
It's a charging bit.
Yeah.
It's where they charge all the electric equipment on.
Oh, nice. Fully interior. There's a Ryanair going out. Fantastic. Yes, look at that. Oh, it's got the lights on the walls as well. Oh. I do like the little sort of the moisture marks and the the wetness on the floor. It really does help. Really does. And there you go, guys. As you see.
Now, mate.
Say again.
In the chat now, mate.
James, good to see you, mate, and absolutely incredible work. Incredible work. Show your love for James in the chat, guys, and obviously Alex as well, and Digital Designs. But these guys have spent the last couple of days with their Digital Designs, just feeding them more and more references. And again, Digital Designs did message me, and he said, without those guys, these latest bits of updates, it just wouldn't have been possible to add this another level of authenticity onto the update. These interior to the hangars, I mean, this is something that we've never had. It's never been thought of. You guys have come along and give them the tools to do that. It looks fantastic. The night lighting inside looks amazing. Let's have a little look, because as you can see, this hangar here's got a bit more LED light. This one's a bit more older bulb inside, and it looks great. Look at that. And actually, that is screenshot time, I think. Yeah, that looks insane. That's really nice. Again, just even you know what, just the hangars for me, that's just brilliant. And you've got all, obviously, like I say, guys, you've got the departures with Monty's inside. There's some 3D people as well, all going to be visible from the flight deck. Let's carry on. I did mention this to Alex the other day, and maybe James might be able to confirm this, but on the video of the 777, the Turkish Airlines 777 coming in the other day, these taxiway and runway signs, these look digital in real life. They look like they're screens and not boards backlit. I don't know if anyone can confirm that, actually, because I think they filmed the 777 from here, and some of these boards look like they were flickering, like, you know, the frame rates were getting sort of affected by the camera, and they look digital. These signs here look, well, yeah, they look like screens rather than boards. I don't know, again, anyone confirm that in the chat. As you can see, guys, AI has been fixed. FSLTL. Where's our Ryanair gone? There he is, over there. They do taxi out now. They do land. In fact, we had a couple of aircraft before in the air. I'm not too sure if there's anything coming in. But yeah, they do take off. They do taxi out all the way to the terminal now. Let's carry on. I know anything in the GA apron that you can recall, Alex?
So James just said in the chat they're definitely boards as well.
They're definitely boards.
They might have changed since he's worked there, but they
okay.
might be. He thinks the boards. I'd say the boards as well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just if you have a look at on the official John Lennon social media, the 777 video, you'll see what I mean. The boards look digital for some reason.
I'll make sure to give it a look. Also, so further up in the GA area, there's not been much change, but we have now removed the Keen Air logo. Well, the Avenger has removed the Keen Air logo and added the Raven Air logo, as sadly Keen Air went bust. And then also further on, you'll be able to swap the solar farm there. And then also, he's now done the updated fence as Dungeon Lane got shut, and they moved it all out. So if you move down there, you'll be able to see that as well.
Yeah, he has done, yeah. Yeah, he definitely has there. That's been completely redone. Those fences do that. As we see this 737-800.
See they've got some cars in the viewing area there now.
Got some cars, guys. We've got we haven't got the mound yet. But yeah, you're messing with the ground and stuff like that. There you go, straight up there. Weird FSLTL movements, but yeah, there it goes. Not too bad though. It doesn't look that stuttery like it usually does. Perfect. Right. A little bit of plane spotting for you guys live on the stream there. But yeah, I did notice that these buildings have been retextured as well, because these definitely didn't look this good. They looked fine, but this one seems to definitely have been redone, because it just, unless it's sort of a bit of a, I don't know, Mandela pareidolia, I don't know, but it does look like he has done definitely some new signs in there as well.
Yeah, it's most likely just because it was a 2K texture, so it's put up to a 4K, so it improves the resolution.
These are definitely all sorts of new signs, because again, I don't think he's changed any of the static models, but you know what, that'll just be nitpicking at this point. I know, funnily enough, when I got my little Piper PA-28 flight, when you come through the staff gate here, maybe I should have let him know, but there was all like Pipers in bits here. There's all like Pipers and parts of Cessnas in bits and stuff like that. But it's great to see. I
think them pallets might actually be new, because I've noticed that.
Yeah.
I think. You can't quote me on that, but I think
That
they
wasn't too long ago. I also think the apron here is definitely. Do you know what, guys? I would say that the apron taxiway, all the concrete textures in this airport were already fantastic anyway. That's one thing I remember anyway. They were all great. There's that Ryanair over there. But yeah, they were all fantastic anyway. They were already the textures on the taxiways and runway were great, but again, another little bump up in resolution. There's the solar farm there as well. Again, this is brand new. It's not been there for long, or at least
I did all the references for the solar farm there as well.
It's fantastic work. It just brings the airport very much up to date. When is this update out? Within the next couple of days, mate. It should have been now, but the guys just kept on plugging at the updates. They just kept on improving it, and they've got to a point now where, yeah, it just needs to be accepted really by the stores, because obviously this is on the marketplace. It's on I think it's on, no, it's not on Contrail. It's on Orbex. It's on Sim Market. It's on AnyBuild store as well, which I didn't think it was, but it is. So yeah, please make that Leipzig. That wasn't it. Yeah, it was this airport, wasn't it? Leipzig Wogs Digital Designs Airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the only. I'm sure. Yeah, he did update that for 2024. I don't think it's updated in terms of what we're getting now, but he's definitely made it compatible for 2024. I'm certain it's updated now. In fact, I'm positive it's updated now for 2024. I don't think anything's been done to this level, but it's been updated for 2024. It definitely is compatible. Also, nice to see the markers have been. Yeah. It is not. Yeah, Ape, you're right. That's what I was saying before. It's a 6-year-old scenery at this point, and he's decided to go back in because you know what? Any talk of Liverpool Airport over Discord, social media, YouTube posts, there's a lot of interest in it. A lot of interest, and I mean, I don't sort of fly VATSIM or do any of that business on with airliners and stuff, but you know, Liverpool's quite popular, and for example, some of the recent posts Liverpool have put out, they've been the most popular sort of post I've done in a long time. There's people who do want to see, obviously, Liverpool Airport done to that standard. But yeah, this will be out in the next couple of days, guys. It was supposed to be out at this point. It's just, you know, it is what it is as well. And I think as well, what you'll find, I know everyone hasn't gone to FS Weekend, but, you know, most of the main players are at FS Weekend now. And, you know, all the stores are there as well. I know they will have people working back at the office, but, you know, it's not the greatest time for things being updated. It takes time anyway. You know, look at the official marketplace. You know, if you want to submit a product or an update on the official marketplace, it takes years. I kid. You know, it takes a couple of weeks, but you know, it can take up to a month, 2 months in some cases, and yeah, it just takes a long time, doesn't it? That's why more and more people, when they buy direct from the developer, they don't want to buy from the marketplace, because people who've bought from the developer directly are going to get those updates before the people on marketplace. It's ridiculous.
I'm also just noticing now, mate.
Yeah.
The perimeter fences all around the airport used to be just 2D textures. Now they're all 3D.
It's a good shout, mate. They are, yeah. They are, and again, I'm pretty sure some of these buildings have been. You can see, I think this one here, this hasn't been updated, but this is what you did have. This is a good example of what we got before, and this is what I saw on the GA buildings and even some of the main terminal buildings. This is what the texture work was like, to be very, very honest. In fact, the radar, there's been nothing done to the control tower at Will, just because we were debating whether this has been changed. It hasn't. There was an interior from the start. But yeah, again, you know, it's there. It looks like the control tower. the radar, this was glitching out. This never used to render very well. In fact, on my last version, the version obviously that everyone else will have now, I'm pretty sure this is just floating in midair. But again, he's definitely updated this as well, for sure, because that wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It didn't work at all.
Textures you were mentioning, they're definitely a much higher resolution. Just looking at them in the sim right now as well. Yeah,
they are definitely. Like I said before, the start of the stream, some of you guys might not have seen it, but the taxiway textures all updated to the new ones. Well, the new ones, the more authentic ones, the sort of the faded red marks now, you know, showing their ages. But just look at that. Incredible. I mean, if you have a little look at it, look at that. Just let's have a little change of the. It looks great as it is, but if you start messing around with sort of your weather and your lighting, apparently that's not working. Okay. I hate when the rain does this. You can't get the rain to work. Yeah, do you know what? Like all the runway lights and the new textures on them. Look at that. Good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Let's have a little look at Stanlow as well. So again, he has done. Do you know what? He's put flames on it. When will this update be out? Joseph, get out the chat, mate. Alex, take him out the chat, mate. If you mention Simplaza or anything like that on my Discord, or my social media, my live streams, it's game over. I will not have anyone mention that, guys. You know me. I try to keep everything light-hearted and be as nice as possible. I even try and do little, you know, sarcastic little comments if people start saying, "Oh, the 757's not out till 2030, or it'll be when GTA 7 comes out." I don't mind it. You know, it is what it is. But do not mention stealing from developers, because it's the lowest of the low. In real life, the rain works too often. It does, mate. It does, especially in Liverpool. Although the last couple of days we've had some cracking weather. But yeah, guys.
The weather for the last couple of days,
it has. Yeah, please do not start talking about those websites, guys, because all you're basically doing is saying I steal content from developers. There's no, you know, developers are struggling as it is with that. You just, yeah, you'll be taken off immediately, and I don't care what you think is right, because yeah, be like, you know, you getting a job and then someone just basically taking all that money out of your bank account each time. You know, these guys already spend hours and hours making scenery, and they don't want someone just going, yeah, I'll just go and download that. I know it happens everywhere. It happens with movies, and it still does. Still think it's wrong. Anyway, guys, this is I believe Stanlow. I did know what Stanlow was. I just didn't think that's what he'd captured. But as you see, it's, you know, it's not fully modeled, but it doesn't need to be. There's lovely bits of light, and there's also the flames over there. I think that's what he's done there. That's fantastic. Looks really, really cool. I mean, yeah, Andrew the taxman. Yeah, I know he does, mate. But you get me. Do you know what I mean? There's no need. You know what I mean? It's an expensive hobby as it is. It's an expensive hobby as it is. We all pay for sceneries. We pay, you know, for hardware. Yeah, you know. It's not needed. I see it a lot on TikTok. There's a person on TikTok who's got a profile on there who is literally selling sceneries. He buys them and then he basically puts them on a drive or whatever, and he sells them. And that is ridiculous. And it doesn't matter if you report that account. They think it's legit. Looking forward to this update. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I know, Andrew. I know. No, I know you're not. No, Andrew. I know what you mean, mate. I know you're not. I know you're not dingy, mate. I understand. Absolutely not. It really upsets me when I see that online, and then obviously if it's coming into me chat on my live streams, Jesus, I'm off on one, as you can tell, because it's just it's horrible. It's horrible for developers. It doesn't matter what you think of any developer, whether you think they don't make good aircraft, they don't make good scenery, they make fantastic sceneries, they make fantastic tools. It's just not right, is it? It's just not right. Anyway, guys, yeah, as I say, for the people who are asking when this comes out, Digital Designs did say I think he said he's uploaded it already, but if it's not, it'll be within the next 24 hours, and then it is just in the hands of the stores. Then, you know, it's nothing that he can sort of dictate. It's up to them to sort of get the finger out and get it uploaded, but it is coming. And Alex, I just need to ask, mate, is there anything that I've forgot, because it feels like I have it's been quite a thingy,
I can't think of anything, to be honest with you. We've gone through everything, I'd say.
I think so, yeah. There's the hangars, there's the lighting, the billboards as well. Do you know what? I don't know if some of these buildings just feel new as well. I don't know if that one's new as well. I don't know, maybe it isn't, I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of ground service equipment as well. Especially you'll notice it a lot more because it's in a tighter space, but in the sort of the EasyJet apron here, you'll notice there's a lot, all branded up as well. Obviously, they're the DHL steps, the Swissport steps. If you're wondering, these don't have collision on them, but I think really your avatar walking mode, there's only really going to be collision on sort of buildings where needed. You'll also notice, there's a good point when you come back here, but you'll also notice some more parallaxed interiors here. So a couple on these sort of office type buildings here. There's one over here as well, which I think is it sort of depicts maybe a restaurant or a coffee bar. I don't think there's anything there in real life, but again, it's all welcome. There's a couple of passengers underneath the walkway here as well, and it looks really, really good. Yes, Andrew. Yeah, mate. Yeah. I always have it set to set a video on demand. Generally, I don't really live stream for more than 2 hours. Some airports obviously require a lot more time, given the size of them. I am planning on a cross-country trip. Not well, technically maybe it is cross-country, but I am doing a cross-channel trip. I'm thinking about jumping in one of the Cessnas, probably the 172 with the G1000. I do apologise if you can hear my daughter screaming. She's 2 years old, and that's all she wants to do nowadays is scream, and it's just for nothing, just for the sake of it. So yeah, it's quite fun. I bought some earplugs the other day, and they're fantastic. And yeah, I'm going to do a cross-channel stream. I think that's probably going to be my longest. 3 hours maybe, I don't know. I'm going to take the 172 from the apron down here, the Raven Air, the general aviation apron at Liverpool. Take it all the way down south, across the sort of, I think, the narrowest portion of the channel, and then land at La Touquet, Lima Foxtrot Alpha Tango Lafat. Basically, that's what they call me, Lafat. That's what they call me in France. But no, that's probably going to be my first sort of 3 hour plus stream, because I think it's estimated about 2.5 ish from Liverpool in the 172 over the channel. It seems quite reasonable that when I'm sort of thinking about it, but yeah, apparently so. We'll see. But yeah, absolutely love this update. It's you know, as I said before, guys, Digital Designs Liverpool has always been great. It is, you know, it is the definitive. And again, I am gonna say, you know, disregard any builds, because we've seen some screenshots. It looks fantastic, but we just haven't seen it all yet. We don't know what it's gonna be like. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic, but you know, Digital Designs deserves all of the praise right now. This is definitely just an out the blue update. He did speak to me a year or so back and kind of had plans about updating it. Obviously, he brought out Leon, which is a fantastic airport. Still one of the most beautifully crafted airports. It's fantastic. But yeah, really cool. I wish someone would make Sleep. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier today. But you know, you'll be the same as me and Alex, mate. We're talking about some of the airports missing from the northwest, Blackpool and Harden, for example. Just baffles me that we've not seen, especially a Harden, or Howden, whatever way you say it, because you know they added the Beluga into Flight Sim 2024, and we just haven't got a good airport for it. I suppose we've got an old Toulouse airport. We do have a Hamburg one, but I don't think it's. Do you know what? I don't even think that's a payware. I think it's a freeware. But we still don't have a good Blackpool. I think Skell and Superspud did a nice freeware Blackpool back in 2020, but you know, that doesn't work for 2024. At least I don't think it does. It might, but it's outdated now. And Blackpool's quite busy. It still gets some really good variety of traffic. Still gets some airliners, some charters. It gets biz jets. It gets helis. It gets military stuff in sometimes. And yeah, it baffles me that we haven't got a Blackpool yet. I do keep on asking Ben and Blue Designs to do it, but I don't think they're keen on doing Blackpool. They don't seem to answer anyone about Chester, so maybe they. I don't know. Maybe they will. Phil 3 city update out. Yep, Netherlands and Belgium. That's been added to my sort of account on 2024. Obviously, we're just streaming it in, obviously, aren't we? So I've been wearing these lopsided all the way through the stream. I don't know if you've noticed. You can also notice the big oil tanker, thanks to the global shipping, the payware one. It's fantastic. I love that add-on. What is that over there? Ah, it's just a little pond. All water, yeah, exactly. All water, yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, guys, if you guys want to stay and watch me do some flying around this area, because we have still got a bit of time left on the stream, I'll take a GA aircraft up and around Liverpool, around the airport, around some of the Wirral, over Liverpool. You're very welcome to stay with me, guys. I do hope you will do. But yeah, I am going to plan a flying stream taking us over the English countryside, going down south. Should get a glimpse of sort of Birmingham Airport on the way. Over to the left, we'll see East Midlands, possibly. Then we'll most likely just cut across London City Airport, and then down to the coast and fly over the Channel. I'll set that up soon. I won't be too long. Before then, though, I might go live and do a live stream on City Update 14 as well. Now that you've reminded me, Phil, might do that tomorrow. Just, I would say, stay tuned for that, because I don't know whether I will. There's already quite a few videos on YouTube showing the update off in great detail. Some of the photogrammetry. I say photogrammetry, again, Aerodesk will know this a bit better, but I think they're using the triangular irregular network, is it called now, rather than, photogrammetry. I think it's the tin, their tin technology, rather than what we would call photogrammetry. It's still technically a 3D scan of buildings, but just apparently a lot nicer. So we might have a look at that, or I might even just do a flying stream over the Netherlands and Belgium. What I would say is I had a look at what airport was it? It was a default airport that is another belter in before the city update was even released, actually. Not it might have been Eindhoven, actually. Might have been Eindhoven. It might have been Eindhoven, yeah. But yeah, there's a couple of nice default ones. There's a lovely little Aer Lingus ATR going out as well. Looks like it's heading off to runway 09 here at Liverpool. Brilliant stuff. Nice to see a little prop going out on the FSLTL. I think I have told FSLTL to use Just Flight models. We can double check that. Yeah, I think it is. You can usually tell if it's Just Flight models because they're less. Yeah, the wheels. You can tell by the wheels. The wheels aren't as hexagon. Luke, evening boys, just tuned in. Is this released tomorrow when you say release date this week? Could very well be, mate. It might sort of go into the Monday or the Tuesday because once Digital Designs send it off for to the stores, it takes a bit of time, doesn't it? And with most of the stores and companies being over in Netherlands right now, I don't know how much of a workforce they've got behind sorting those updates out. But yeah, in the next couple of days, not too long now. There's a lovely
that area around the sort of thanks to the Mersey looks so much better than it did before.
Yeah, but look at the aircraft signs now though on the stands. They're just fantastic. Guys, by the way, if you didn't know, we've got Alex on the live stream. Him and James, who has been in the live stream as well in the chat, have contributed a significant amount of time and resources to bring Digital Design, some of the reference material into this update. So again, show your love for Alex and James, and obviously Digital Designs as well. We've also had a non-person special guest in the form of the beautiful with permission with Digital from Bluebird as well. The Bluebird 757 just out on the ramp there with my avatar just standing there like a zombie. But yeah, lovely to see the 757 in a non-trailer environment. There she is there, looking stunning, by the way. Did we take a look at the main entrance of the terminal? So Kev, it's not really been changed, mate, if I'm going to be totally honest. I don't even think sort of textures have been changed, to be quite honest, mate. In fact, I'll tell you now, I was watching my very, very first video on this from back in 2021, and this is exactly the same, mate. Nothing's been changed. There's some people being added, some 3D people. I even think the buses are originals as well. From back in the day. Everything has been sort of on the other side, some little bits have been added to the terminal, some new textures and stuff. You'll see them in sort of the edging and around the terminal, the windows, and obviously we do get an interior in departures. It's not, as I said before, guys, it's not really high fidelity, but I tell you what, it's fantastic to see from the outside. You'll see it there, and it looks spot on. All the new posters, the weathering along the edges. Where's that ATR? There he is. It's also nice to hear that the ATR is going to get some avionics updates and aircraft updates and aircraft and avionics update number 4 apparently. I know people have been wanting some fixes on the ATR. It's not one that I fly. It's a lovely aircraft. But yeah, all these bits of weathering down the side of the terminal, all retextured as well. In fact, you'll see some of the new textures on the walkway here as well. Plane Spotter Mike, good friend of the channel, good friend of myself. Hey Ryan, I'll have to catch up properly on this. I'm good, mate. Yeah, definitely rewind it, have a little check through. It's fantastic, mate. I can even look at the old. I think this. I don't know if it's still Royal Mail, but yeah, it probably is. It still Royal Mail, Alex? This building?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't think it is.
No, it's still got the red on the side for Royal Mail, but there's no actual branding for Royal Mail anymore. I'm at that age when I remember the Super Guppy coming to Liverpool and going to the Royal Mail stand. Yeah, show me age there, guys. Yeah, all right. Yeah, leave me alone. Aerodessa was a fantastic £10. Great stream. Thanks, Biro, to mate. Obviously, with the way YouTube pays out, I unfortunately won't get any of this till gone April or May. But all I will say, mate, is you will get a comparison on the Vegas stream. It's just I'm waiting for it, to be honest with you. Am I on this on the mound, Mike? Not on this one, mate. We could send it through to Digital Designs and see what he can do. I have tried for you with the Innie Builds one though, mate. I tell you what though, Alex, looking at this, just these where the XLR and the Jet 2 cabins are, this area, mate, if you look at it from here, it's just the textures on these buildings, the cargo port building especially, it looks fantastic. It really does.
Amazing, isn't it? It is. The cars as well. The cars start so a bit now as well. It just makes it feel so much more alive. Like
it does. And there's the animated bus, guys. If you didn't see it before, again, animations are really smooth. All up to date branding on the bus as well. Do you know what? Again, something you don't see enough of in these airport sceneries. Aerosoft, MK Studios do it. I haven't seen any other of the big names do animated buses, GSE, you know, the ground service vehicles and stuff. David White, are you a blue or a red? I'm a blue, mate. I'm a blue, but I would say I'm not a blue that will cause aggro to reds. I'm not like that. I've got a family who are half blue, half red. I've worked for Everton for a part of my life as well. I've had my mum, my auntie, and everyone has worked for Everton in sort of executive positions, or at least you know, sort of in the offices and stuff like that. And yeah, mate, I wouldn't say I'm happy when Liverpool win the league, but you know, it's nice that it's happening on Liverpool, and we get to see all that celebration and people being happy. So yeah, I'm not one to sit there and just be stupidly arrogant and silly when it comes to rivalry. You know, it's a bit of banter when you're with your mates, but you know, people take it too far, mate, when it comes to football rivalries, like stupidly wrong. Anyway, yeah, as I say,
to the air as well.
Exactly, and that's a good point. Alex just sums up correctly. You know what I mean? Having a little bit of dig at Everton here. Everton ain't getting in the Champions League for a while, I don't think. Maybe European football with the Europa League, possibly. But listen, Liverpool, as long as Liverpool are in the Champions League, they bring some whopper planes in. We've had the 757 Iceland Air with the National Geographic livery on it. We've had the Turkish 777 in. You know what I mean? And it's a 300 as well. You know what I mean? It's absolutely fantastic. Over the years, the last 10, 20 years, Liverpool being in Champions League football has brought some incredible movements to Liverpool Airport, stuff that we wouldn't see on the daily basis. And if you guys ever saw in the comments there, Plane Spotter Mike, fantastic real life aviation content created on YouTube, and films on the mound nearly daily. But you know, he's there for most of these movements. There's a little mound, if you're not familiar with Liverpool, back in the day we had the Dungeon Lane mound, which was literally here. It's all, but actually that was the older one. There was one right in the middle here, where you could literally go up it in your car, sit there, and the planes would just come right over you. I was lucky enough to be on this mound for when Concorde used to visit for the Grand National, and let me tell you, Concorde coming over you at this height, and you can probably gauge how close they came because the touchdown zone is there. It was good. It was good. As and obviously an aviation enthusiast myself, as well as obviously quite a lot of you guys anyway. Liverpool has seen a lot of Champions League movements. We've had Corsair 747s, we've had 757s, we've had 767s, we've had A350s, we've had, I'm pretty sure we've had 767s. We've had all the wide bodies. I'm pretty certain. No A380. I think the A380 did a low pass on its first sort of flight, didn't it, back in the day? I think with the Airbus delivery on it, but we obviously it never landed here. But yeah, back in the day, this used to be the go-to spot. Now I think you're either sort of over here on a road called Oglet Lane, or Oggy as we call it, down here, Oggy. You can go along here and you get quite a nice spot if they are arriving or departing on runway 09 or arriving on 27. But basically, the atmosphere when Liverpool bring a Champions League plane in, or when the air shows are on, where the air shows like to base some of the aircraft at Liverpool for the weekend, this is the mound here. Now it's not shown in the scenery, unfortunately, but there's a big mud mound here, and you're kind of elevated over the fences a bit, and this is the spot you get all your planes taxiing out. You can follow them there. That tree isn't there at all, and then there's the runway, and you get some great line-up shots. Obviously, when they're arriving on 27, you'll see them coming straight across here. Fantastic. And the atmosphere here, you don't just get your general, you don't just get your aviation special enthusiasts, your plane spotters, your enthusiasts. You get everyone, guys. This is full. This area is full of cars and families and anyone who's just got any kind of small interest in seeing planes, or even just people who support Liverpool who would come down and go, the Liverpool team are on there, or the Real Madrid team are on there. It's fantastic, and as I say, the atmosphere gets it's lovely. The 777 landing, we were all here watching it. There was loads of people there with the kids, and just it's fantastic. And if you're there for a couple of hours, it's a fun time. It really is. Liverpool's quite an underrated airport, David. I absolutely agree with you. And people will look at this and go, yeah, it's EasyJet, Ryanair, and now Jet2, but you're not just getting that, mate. You've got all the business jets. You've got your general aviation, which sees some very, very cool aircraft come in. You'll even get some of the biz jets land. You'll even get some of your biz jets park up on this apron. That apron's definitely been upgraded, Alex. Look at that.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just fantastic. Do you think they'll ever make no, mate, I don't think so. I don't think we deserve it. Not us. I think the Av geeks, and we're not perfect, and there's probably some of them who are a bit foul of it. But this area can get really badly littered. So can Southside at Manchester as well, and there's no excuse for that because there's bins around. But even so, there's no bins here. But even so, take your rubbish away from you. I know Plane Spot and Mike and a couple of others have been out with the bin bags and the litter pickers and tried their best with that. But people, it becomes a hazard to the planes. And the problem with this, guys, is it's the same as Manchester Airport with Southside. If you keep doing it, they're going to close it off, and you won't be able to go there anymore. They'll monitor it, and they'll have security go around and tell you to move on if that carries on, because it starts becoming a nuisance. It can start getting blown into the aircraft. Yeah, it sounds silly, but it will happen. I think other airports have done it. I don't think we'll get a proper area, David, based on the fact that we can't have nice things. Not in this country. I'll say that now, because most of the European airports have got some kind of spotting area. Munich's got a fantastic one. Prague has got a fair few. Frankfurt have got a lot. They've even got ones on the terminal. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, regardless of that, no, I just don't think so, mate. I don't think. I'd love to see this be transformed into a proper mound that you see on Manchester Airport, for example, in the viewing area. But I don't think so, mate. Bit of a shame though when I think about it all the time. Are you using West Euro server? Phil, I'm not online, mate, unfortunately. At the minute, I'm just using FSLTL for the traffic. But I would say though, nothing has gone in and out for a while, but that is pretty standard for Liverpool Airport, if I'm going to be totally honest. It gets watched, monitored now 24/7 Liverpool. I mean, again, yeah, Mike, but again, you know, all it takes is for people just to continue being idiots, and they ain't going to make us a proper area. I'd love to see this mound area transform with a proper, you know, a level concrete base, some steps going up to it, some benches. Be lovely. That's all that needs to be done. But again, money has to be spent, and I just don't think they'll spend money on it. But in terms of the airport, yeah, the variety of aircraft is fantastic. We also get a lot of military movements as well. You know, you'll have the A400 quite regularly. You'll have a couple of Hawks. Typhoons have started coming quite regularly as well. The Texans from RAF Valley, obviously the Hawks from RAF Valley. The Typhoons, I think the Wharton and Coningsby Typhoons come quite regularly now. And then sometimes you'll even get some Hercules over from the States and Canada. C-17s from Bryce Norton and A400s from Bryce Norton. Again, not sort of rare anymore. You can see these fairly often, although they do like to come at night time and be a pain in the ass. Not while we're spotting there. Yeah, it's kind of the same Dublin with litter. They got planning approval for. Yeah, I saw that Dublin got an actual viewing area submitted. But again, I just think we are our own worst enemy as well. Yeah, Phil, Liverpool gets A400s quite regularly. Either they'll send them in the mornings or they'll send them at late at night when we can't see them. But yeah, A400s, I've had quite a few photos of the A400 going over my house. I can never catch one at Liverpool when I'm there. But admittedly, I don't go enough. I've actually been to Manchester more than I've been to Liverpool, oddly enough. But yeah, guys, this just a little overview. This is the biggest update that Digital Designs have thrown out for Liverpool Airport. This is one of the first sceneries to come out for Flight Sim 2020. It was one of my very first videos on my channel as well. I don't like to sort of listen to myself, but I had to watch back and see just the before and after when the default scenery was in there. Obviously now we have a World Update, a World Update UK, which did bring it was an okay Liverpool. I wouldn't, it's nothing like this. Even before the update, Digital Design still had the upper hand with the Liverpool scenery. The UK update one's all right. It's all right. I can understand why Any Builds want to do one and Digital Designs wanted to update it. This update should be with us for you guys, obviously, as an update to your current Digital Designs Liverpool, and in the next few days. I'm gonna say Monday because it's Sunday tomorrow. I just think it might not, but you never know. It could go straight on. We'll see. But yeah, it's fun. It's going to be fantastic. You guys are going to love it. There's a lot of things being updated. I am still going to have, what time are we on? I'm still going to have a little fly at the GA section. But again, a massive thank you to Digital Designs. But again, massive thank you to James and Alex. Alex has been on sort of the live stream with me over Discord. Those guys have been providing Digital Designs with reference images, billboard signs, placements of GSE, the opened hangars now here. We've got. Do you know what? If I'm gonna take a real big guess, and I don't mean any disrespect for this, but I can see these not being modelled in any builds. I think I think the hangars will be modelled, but I don't think they'll be open. Honestly.
Mate, sorry, I've got to head off.
No,
Well,
no
thank you.
worries. No worries. Massive thank yous. I'll show you love in the chat, guys. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in on the chat, mate, and just giving me a few pointers on this. But yeah, Alex has been a big part of the this update, guys. So yeah, cheers, mate. I'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Speak to you later. Ta-ra.
I have this, but I can't remember where I bought it. It's in Orbex, probably where I bought. Yeah, I bought it in Orbex. But obviously, you can start sort of transferring purchases through different stores nowadays. So if you guys can't find it originally, then it might be somewhere else in a different store. What I would say though is I've just noticed the I haven't got Rex Atmos actually running at the minute, but for some reason, this Atmos around sort of the horizon and stuff, it does look a bit, yeah, it looks good. Why we've got a low flying Ryanair, guys. Here we go, FSLTL. A400 was here 3 days. Yeah, it's a regular thing. It's a regular thing, but most of the time it does like to come either sort of before I'm out of bed or before when I'm not looking. Ryanair being a typical low-cost carrier, no, you can't just land, can you, mate? You're gonna have to actually get in line and. Do you know what? The only time I've seen an AI traffic thing work was the one that I did with the real-time traffic one. We had none of this. The landings were fantastic. The rotations and the flares while taking off was spot on. They never did the low flying across the horizon. They never did on any of this. But yeah, I've yet to see any of the AI traffic solutions work correctly. But yeah, guys, I am going to do a bit of flying. If you want to stick with the live stream, absolutely stay with me, guys. I'm going to do a little fly around Liverpool. Going to go around the airport, take a look from above, and yeah. No, I won't be doing it in the 757 because I'm not allowed to. Although I didn't ask, I might have been able to. I don't know. But also a massive thank you to Bluebird Simulations for not only letting me do the trailer for FS Weekend, which has been a fantastic experience, because I've not only learned some of the things to do with the 757, like cold and dark starts, LNAV and VNAV, and loads of other things, but I've learned so much, and I don't really fly airliners in the sim at all, but I tell you what, she's a beauty, guys. And regardless of your view on Bluebird and how they've not released it in 4 years, you can't deny that they've never BS'd anyone. They've never said it'll be out on a certain time. They've always been quite transparent. It's a fantastic aircraft, guys. It's gonna be out this year. It's coming, guys. Just be patient. I can't wait to see the Iceland Air liveries, the Jet 2 liveries, obviously all the American liveries, some of the the retro liveries as well. It's brilliant, guys. I can't show you any closer. That's one thing I can't do today. But if you check the trailer out on my channel, there's some lovely close-ups of the interiors, the cockpit, and everything else. But she's been on the apron at Liverpool watching over us as we live streamed. So yeah, fantastic. The 757-200. Bluebird Simulations have been in the trailer comments and answering a few questions, guys. For now, all I can say is there is a 300 planned, there's a cargo variant planned, there is a native 2024 package planned. What I will say is that they will come after release. Oh, there's another one. There we go. EasyJet throwing their hand in. Now, it was working at the start of the stream. People were asking on the forums whether it was fixed, and it should be. They still do land and take off, but yeah, it still happens like that, unfortunately. But yeah, massive thanks to Bluebird as always, and hopefully some more things on the channel from the 757 over the next couple of months, guys. I am going to do a little flight now, as I say, just to finish off the live stream. Feel free to stick with me. If you have just joined us, please do rewind the stream. We have a little look at some of the features, and most of the features we've had a look at in the stream. You just rewind it. It's a big update, but as I say, I won't be going through them again. I will just have a little flight around. Yeah, EasyJet throwing shade as always. What we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at... Oh... I might go in the Bonanza again. I'm in the Baron quite a lot, although I can't really land the Bonanza, weirdly enough. We'll go in the Bonanza and we'll... there's a UK livery that I've got here, G-Popper. G-Popper. Don't know how that sounds. I also did change it to... Maybe we can change it to... P-Geek. I do like to fly P-Geek. I hate that. It needs to stay on the screen. That's one thing I hate with these menus, is that you have to stay on the actual, you know, the line, the text input. But yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of flying around Liverpool. Feel free to stay. I hope you can stay, guys. Have a little look at me trying to fly. But also as well, obviously, if you are local to the airport and local to Liverpool, and or if you know Liverpool, even if you're not, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to do a little bit of flying. As I say, I'm going to plan a cross-channel flight in a live stream soon. I think we're going to start from Liverpool, from this apron, right where we are here, and we're going to bomb it down the UK. And head over the channel over into Le Touquet in France. Lovely little freeway airport by Vincent Basilio, which I have featured on the channel as a live stream. A couple of his freeway liveries, a couple of many. This is the Bonanza Pro, the black square, obviously available from Just Flight. Absolutely gorgeous, really, really lovely. Yeah, let's have a little look. I should have Tobii eye tracker still calibrated, or at least somewhat calibrated. I could do with just having a bit more of a fiddle with it, with the sensitivity settings, but it's okay. Yeah, the ground texture and just, it was nice as it was anyway, but you can just tell when you get inside the aircraft as well, if you're not in drone camera, these ground textures in the general aviation apron here at Liverpool are fantastic. They really are. I've got some of my hardware anyway, so we're going to flick on the battery and move my earpiece there, headset. There we go. And this isn't obviously exact, so yeah, don't call me out for not checking the volts and the the fuel. We'll say clear prop though. Clear prop. Lovely. Perfect. I love the sound as well. I love it when developers do that with the aircraft. Beacon lights on, nav and strobes, and we'll stick the taxi light on as well. It's got avionics on as well. If you're interested, I am using the Honeycomb Bravo and Alpha. There I am there. You can see the L-Fat in good screen there. My cheap CH Pro pedals, which I got for £22. Bargain. Absolute bargain. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Obviously, if you don't want to stay, fair enough. I'll do some little flying, and then we'll end the live stream in about 25 minutes, guys, in about 9:30. So yeah, everyone who has checked out the update, thank you so much. It'll be out in the next couple of days. Keep an eye out on obviously your emails and notifications from where you've bought Liverpool from Digital Designs, and yeah, I hope everyone enjoys this when it comes when it goes live. And obviously, if you aren't in my Discord, if you're not subscribed to the channel, obviously get yourself subscribed. If you're not in my Discord or social media, everything's linked in the stream description, guys. So share your screenshots on my Discord, or send me some screenshots on social media of you guys with the new update. I will now mention IndyBuilds. Obviously, we are getting an IndyBuilds Liverpool at some point. It's most likely going to be in, I'm going to guess, in about 2 weeks to 3 weeks. The TriStar will be out before that. So no doubt they'll do it. They'll do their actual release trailer for the TriStar. They'll have that. I mean, this is just a guess. Because it's an airport, Liverpool, and obviously the TriStar is an aircraft. Sorry to sound obvious. They might, I don't know, they might release Liverpool before the TriStar, I don't know, but my guess is that the TriStar looks like it's ready to go, and they're going to release that, and then they'll release Liverpool shortly after, and then it'll be the A380 as the next aircraft for IndyBuilds. That's a guess. Great stream, thank you so much. Where am I flying? Just in and around Liverpool to me. So if anyone's interested in sort of seeing the airport from above and seeing some of the familiar places, if you're from the local area, then definitely stay with us as I attempt to fly. We'll set the flaps in a minute. Release the parking brake, which I've mapped to one of the buttons on the Honeycomb Alpha. Absolutely love this whole setup. Now this is the first time not the first time on this stream, but this year I've been able to obviously upgrade my flight sim setup substantially, which has been fantastic. And it's again, it's only been because of you guys and the support I've been given on the channel, on social media, on everywhere. Getting used to using these pedals though for obviously taxiing the little small GA aircraft out. We can also use, I think, is it called differential taxiing with using the toe brakes as well. You can kind of get some sharper turns with the toe brakes and kind of apply some pressure to go left and right. Really cool. What aircraft is this? This is the Beechcraft Bonanza Pro. This is the black square one that's available from Just Flight. This and the Baron have become my favourite GA aircraft to fly. I would take this on my cross-channel flight when I do live stream, but I want to do I want to be in a Cessna with the over the top wings, or whatever they're called. You know, the wings above the fuselage, because it'll just be better for looking out and seeing the scenery below, the good old English countryside. So again, we're not really using ATC. I'm not using any. I really should do, shouldn't I, with the FSL tail being on. But looking over it, it looks fine. Let's get a notch of flaps for takeoff as well. Tobii eye tracker, just now that I've got it properly mounted on something and it works, it's so cool. If you're not in VR, which I wouldn't do on a live stream anyway, because it'll just make my computer die. It's just a saving grace having Tobii eye tracker. How different is flying visual flight rules on VATSIMCRIT? I haven't got a clue, mate. I haven't got a clue. GA really is all I honestly really do. The 757 recently we're doing the trailer, and obviously I've had it for, I can say it now, I've had it for over a year in all different forms. Obviously the latest version of the 757 I have is really is complete, and I've been learning quite a lot on that, which is insane, and I feel comfortable with it. I must admit, I prefer the autopilot on the 757 and the Airbus, but it is what it is. I haven't had a really much helicopter flying, mate. I try to stay away from helicopter flying. I'm terrible. Gear up. There we go. There's the new update from Digital Designs, Liverpool Airport, with all the FSLTL traffic on there. Looking absolutely fantastic as well. Look at that. One thing you can get, which I didn't get it. Alex, who was on the stream before, he has actually got a freeware mod that makes all of the riverbed and sort of, you know, the mud and stuff a bit more, you know, actually viewable, so it looks a bit more like the Mersey. I'm gonna have to grab it because it looks fantastic. Get those flaps up. Probably gonna stay at about 1,000 feet or so. You should have been on earlier, mate. Liverpool Tower and radar was on, as well as Arden Tower. Oh, nice. I mean, yeah, I've never really got into it. Again, I've mentioned this a few times. Admittedly, back in my X-Plane days, which was quite late on anyway. I was 2019, 2018 in X-Plane 11. All I was doing was flying the Zebo mod, the 737 Zebo mod, and I was doing airline flying all the time, and I enjoyed it, but I think we were really spoilt with the level of detail in the scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I just think with views like this and the fact that it just still looks really, really good at a low altitude, I think we were spoilt, and I can't really do airline flying on this. It feels wasted, you know what I mean? Listen, I'm not saying that it's airline flying's bad. It you know, each to their own. I just prefer this kind of view in these little small aircraft, or the smaller biz jets maybe at a push. But like I said, the 757's been a breath of fresh air, and I really do want to check out the Synaptic A220 as well, because A220 being one of my favourites in real world at the minute. It's like a little mini A350. Really, really nice. Stunning. Shame the photogrammetry doesn't reach the airport. Yeah, I was saying this before, mate. The photogrammetry in Liverpool's incredible. What I would say though is that the Orbex landmarks, they feel a bit outdated in terms of quality now. They stick out like a sore thumb, and I don't think the elevation's proper on them as well. I just don't want to uninstall the Orbex stuff, because it gives you, you know, the Blackpool Tower and loads of other things around the whole of the country. You can see Tranmere Rovers Stadium just over the wingtip there. There we go, with a big massive stand on it. Luckily you can't see me bloody reaching me head around, but look at the photogrammetry here, folks. Look at that. Birkenhead just below us there. Birkenhead, where the other half live. West Kirby and Hillborough Island just over to the top of the wingtip now. And then obviously Bootle Docks. Again, this is where you will find the new Everton Stadium. I think it's here. I think it's in one of these docks here. It would be lovely if Builds have included Bramley Moor in there, because I thought it was going to pop up on flightsim.to, but it never has. For some reason, usually you'd find some of the stadiums pop up on the freeware website. But yeah, I just enjoy this general aviation flying. This is why I'm happy to see the update from Digital Designs, but I'm also obviously happy to see what Builds do as well with Liverpool Airport, because I use Liverpool Airport as my base. Sometimes I'll fly down to Barton in Manchester. Sometimes I'll fly up to East Midlands, actually, over to Blackpool as well. We might fly over to Blackpool. What are we on? 1:15. You guys can stick with me, and we'll overfly Wood Vale. So, David, it seems likely that they're going to do some kind... No, I wouldn't say on the level as Hong Kong. I think it's just going to be points of interest that are included within the actual airport scenery. The first screenshot they released for Liverpool was actually the Radio City Tower, or formerly the Radio City Tower. And funnily enough, it was a night shot with all of the sort of multicoloured lights around it. And I used to work in Liverpool City Centre, but I hadn't seen the Radio City Tower in a long time, and it is actually lit up with like a rainbow colour sequence around it. So it was pretty cool to see that they've included it. Hello ladies, EGGP is one of my favourite airports. There's awesome scenery and approaching to run. Yeah, definitely. 09 is a fantastic runway to land on in real life as well. When it gets a bit windy, it's a lovely bumpy landing onto 09. I did have the Super Spud Wood Vale again. Their sceneries, some of them have been updated to 2024, but I don't think any of the Northwest ones have. I could be wrong. Blackpool I don't think has. But I remember, again, I'm looking back, I'm showing my age. I remember going to Wood Vale as a kid because they had a Phantom as their gate. Was they the gate guardian? Is that what they call them? But they had a Phantom, an F4 Phantom on the gates at Wood Vale at one point. It was incredible to see on the gates. Like, I mean, back in the day, Blackpool had the Vulcan, the Avro Vulcan on their gate as their gatekeeper, the gate guardian. I'm not too sure where that one's gone now. That could be the Doncaster Sheffield one. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Blackpool Airport had the Avro Vulcan. Wood Vale had the Phantom. Wood Vale being the airport you can see just on the tip of my nose right now. The aircraft nose, not my nose. And then over here, I did this flight the other day actually. I was having a little practice. Blackpool over here, you can just see it. Southport along the coast here, and then you've got BAE Wharton, very, very active with typhoons recently, and then they have some of their staff planes come in. They use a 737, I think a 700 or a 300, and a little Embraer 145 that goes out from Wharton every day. Do a touch and go. I'll try, mate. I'll try. I've been practicing with kind of the GPS and doing some ILS landings in the Baron and the Bonanza recently, and not really hand flown it a lot since I got it. I'm hand flying it now. Maybe just give it a bit more beans. But the satellite imagery, I think at this point now is where you start losing your the photogrammetry, because obviously we've got further out into the sort of bit of countryside between Southport and Liverpool as well. I'm happy that Liverpool is still running, especially when you have Manchester. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think is knock. There's a payware version of knock, or it was included, wasn't it? In the sim, I think. But yeah, I am happy to see Liverpool still, because we've had so many airports closed. Doncaster, Sheffield, for example. It is planned to reopen. We are going to be getting a very, very good. I say good, a very, very high fidelity version of Doncaster, Sheffield in the simulator. Soon as well, thanks to Perseverance Scenery for that. But Doncaster, Sheffield, those guys, sadly closed, and they were operating TUI flights and all loads of other flights at one point. So yeah, you you're absolutely spot on, David, mate. You know, Liverpool has stood the test of time, and you know it's it's carried on. It's had its airlines drop out. You know, we've had Lufthansa City with the CRJs at one point, and Play Airlines. But yeah, it's going on. It's going on. Hello, I'm back. Just modding chat. No worries, mate. Yeah. Knock isn't the one that's included. What's the one that's included as like a default airport in Ireland? I can't remember. I know Donegal is, but there's another one down south. I can't remember. The photogrammetry where that is though is incredible. Cork, that's it. Cork. There's a default Cork, and the whole of the Cork area has a fantastic photogrammetry coverage as well. Some of the best. Really, really spot on. Lufthansa only dropped out due to aircraft shortages. Fair enough. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame, mate. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was due to aircraft shortages, actually, I'll be totally honest. Yeah, Cork is fantastic, but Cork has got some really lovely photogrammetry in it as well. I haven't seen MK Studios one, I must admit. I still think there should be another UK update personally, because Manchester not having photogrammetry is just ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we'll see another UK update, but maybe it's more going to be a city update for the UK rather than a world update. I know the US has had quite a few world updates, hasn't it? But it seems like they're doing more of the city updates now, doesn't it? It looks like they're releasing smaller areas, because obviously city update, Netherlands and Belgium technically isn't city update, but it's the cities in that country. I think we need a UK one. I think we're due another UK one to fill in some of the places. I still baffles me that we haven't got Manchester photogrammetry. I am using Sam Scene's scenery, which is fantastic. It's really nice, but you know, using some of this new tin scenery, I'm just gonna stick it into altitude hold mode, guys, because I need a drink. Apparently Tobii eye tracker doesn't like water bottles. Sorry guys, that's why the screen was going mental. I had the water bottle up to my face and it just didn't like the water bottle for some reason. So here is the lovely last Blackpool, which again, it looks nice due to the Orbex scenery. You've got quite a few of the landmarks, all the piers, the stadium. Some of this might be a mixture of World Update and some of it might be some of the Orbex stuff, guys, so I do apologise if I'm getting some of the things wrong, because it is hard to know which is which. I've used Orbex stuff in X-Plane 11 as well, and in X-Plane 12. But the satellite imagery over in this area is fantastic as well. Really, really nice. Some of the small rivers that run across here, really, the masking on the rivers is fantastic. What we'll do is we'll just make a little descent down, and we might go over it a bit, but of course you're welcome to stay in. Watch me attempt to land. I, for some reason, can land the Baron really, really nice. The Bonanza I struggle with so much. I don't know why. Single engine and then dual prop. I just, yeah. Let's get some of that lovely light in. David, I actually installed that, or at least made it active just before I went live, mate. So I haven't had a chance to look at it. From the screenshots I've seen and other videos from other creators, it looks fantastic. It looks really nice. The tin, or the triangular irregular network, the 3D photogrammetry, in other words, is it looks good. It doesn't seem to have that weird green mask like texture to it where they've really messed up the shadows. But I need to have a little look at it, mate. Might do that tonight, or I might do it tomorrow. Do you see what I mean? The masking on this river is so good. You can see all the little inlets, you know, round here. Again, I don't know whether that is to do with the Orbeck scenery or anything. I haven't got a clue. But it's lovely. So we've dropped down a bit. Look at the lighting. Look at that. Gorgeous. But yeah, David, I need to have a little look at it, mate. I need to do a flight over to Netherlands, maybe. Or just, you know, start my flight over there. Papa Hotel sent me his Lilstad Airport, where FS Weekend is being held. Funny enough, he was mentioned by Jorg on their sort of, you know, pre-recorded keynote, if you like, and they used his scenery to show off the new Fokker 27, which looks fantastic. I don't know if I'll buy it, but it looks great because the freeware one was brilliant. It was really nicely done, but obviously IndyBuilds have helped Microsoft do a proper payware one for the local legends. But yeah, Lilstad by Papa Hotel. I haven't got it installed though, and I can't remember where he sent me it. And it's fantastic. You know, he's got all the museum in there with the 747 and the Fokker and everything. It looks fantastic. It really does. But yeah, I'm gonna have to have a little check out of it and see how the new cities look. And as I say, the default, I think it's Eindhoven or somewhere, there's a lovely default airport over there which I discovered the other day, having another little look through some of the, you know, the handcrafted default airports. And yeah, one of those over there, just south of Schiphol Airport and Amsterdam, looks really, really cool. You got the Fokker, yeah. I mean, it probably, again, that's a bit too specialist for me. I'll be totally honest. It looks fantastic though. Tell you what, I'm getting a bit low here though, aren't I? Yeah, but guys, if you are, I'm going to be ending the live stream soon. I'm going to land into Blackpool. We have been taking a look at the digital designs update, the big update for Liverpool Airport, which again totally got me off guard, to be honest. And it'll be out soon. I think within the next day or two is a safe estimate. Obviously, it'll be a free update. It'll be for anyone who owns the airport. And yeah, guys, please do leave a like on the stream. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. I was lucky enough to contribute just one trailer for FS Weekend this weekend, which is absolutely fine because it was for the 757 by Bluebird Simulations, and that's all that matters really for me. I've worked with those guys for over a year now, did the first trailer for them, and Sharvin, the main man there, has been an absolute gentleman to me. I've been on multiple calls with him over in America and spoke to him a lot over the last year or so, and I've sat in the 757 cockpit in the sim, and he's spoke to me about the features. He's sat on Discord calls with me for a fair few hours. We even had a 757 pilot on the call with us, taking us through some of the cockpit, and it's been incredible. And if it's the, honestly, I could never say something is definite, but if that's the last time I get to do anything with Bluebird Simulations, it's been fantastic. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. It's been fantastic. Rotterdam, David, that's it. Thank you so much, mate. Yeah, that's it. Not Eindhoven. Do you never fly airliners at all anymore? No, I don't. Not really. The 757's been the one that I've been flying recently for obvious reasons. But as I say, I am getting a bit more tempted. If I can get a bit more confident in the 757 and learn a bit more, I may even live stream a flight for that, because I do feel like I'm learning so much. The A220 by Synaptic and Ini builds, I'm very excited about that. The A220 is one of my faves in real life. I love it. A little mini A350, and it looks fantastic in the sim. Bit too high coming into Blackpool now, guys, but look at the horizon, look at the view. It's a bit blustery as well, Jesus. I'm not really. I mean, I did say to Sharvin at Bluebird Simulations about having it parked up on the stream tonight, and he was okay with it, and I just said, listen, I won't go near it. It'll just, it'll be there in the background type thing. Unfortunately, no, I can't really talk anymore about the Bluebird. There was a lot of features shown in the trailer. And yeah, sadly I can't, but I'd imagine the guys will be adding some of the your main ones. Iceland Air, a bit of a bounce there. Yeah, your Jet 2s, your special Iceland Air liveries and stuff like that, and if they're not there for release, I'm sure Hughes and other livery creators will definitely create a whole bunch of really nice liveries for the 757. So that was the trailer for FS Weekend. There will be more to come. I'm confident I can say that. In fact, Bluebird have already said that in the comments to the trailer. No, this was it was an official trailer, but it was an official trailer for FS Weekend, if you like. It was made to be an update on showing you guys what was to come of the aircraft. That's why I don't normally put text in trailers. I very rarely have text. It's usually for me just a case of a track of music and cinematic angles of an airport or an aircraft. I generally don't put text or even sound sometimes, but again, Bluebirds, I asked them straight away, are we going to put some sounds in the trailer this time? And they were like, yeah, we can do. That's why you can hear some spooling of the engines and some of the ambient sounds of the aircraft in the trailer, but it's, again, I wouldn't say out of my comfort zone, but it's definitely not something I usually do. Don't know where the hell I'm taxiing here, by the way, guys. I think I'm taxiing onto an active runway here, so I think I've just come back on myself at this point. I know there's a taxi. I can't even go across here. I'm not even allowed. There's a taxiway here though at the end of the runway, so it should be okay. I'll just pretend that I didn't taxi over there. They can bugger off. But yeah, again, thank you guys. I will be ending the live stream in a couple of minutes. Thank you to everyone who's come to check out this new update for the Digital Designs Liverpool Airport. Again, it'll be out in the next few days, guys. It will be submitted very shortly by Digital Designs, and the stores will have the updates too, and you guys can update them. Again, it really depends on each store's sort of timekeeping on that and how quick they get that update to the to you guys, but keep an eye on your emails, of course, and on the individual apps that you've bought them off, because it won't be long. And this is a helicopter pad. I don't think I'm allowed to sit here anyway, so. Possible pilot deviation. We have a number for you to call, Geek. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I'm more excited for the 767. It's my favorite body. This is all I will say, guys, is I know a number of you guys watching obviously aren't being part of the live chat. That's absolutely fine. I don't expect everyone to type away and get involved. Some people like to just watch, have it on in the background. Absolutely love it. I do it myself with other people's videos. But all I will say is that obviously if you've had the time to look through comments on either my video or any other associated any other sort of association to the 757 online, you will see, you know, a number of negative comments. Some will be a bit more tongue-in-cheek, you know, it's not coming out for another 5 years and stuff. But please remember, there hasn't been another 757 or 767 released. And obviously these guys will want to get the 757 out. They'll want to keep it, you know, perfect for you guys. They'll want to release the cargo and the 300 variants. And then, yeah, they will want to give you the 767, but you know, listen, I said this to Sharvin from Bluebird Simulations while we were creating this trailer. You know, I don't see any other developer or anyone else bringing us another 757. There's not been one brought out. There might be a 767 by Captain Sim, possibly. But yeah, there's no high fidelity 757 or 767, so clearly you guys obviously know what you're doing. It's not as easy if people want to make it out. It's just a shame when people start getting really negative about it, and then it starts getting more into the bullying and harassment side of things, where it's not a case of the odd little funny comment, oh, it won't be out before GTA 6. It gets to a point where it gets bullying and harassment, and a place where developers just, you know what, fair play to Bluebird Simulations. They've got a lot of patience, and they've been fully transparent. You know, I got a comment today saying, you know, didn't they show this 3 years ago? It's like, no, not at all. Not at all. Anyway, guys, seems a bit pointless to me considering it won't beat the A380 compared to the fly-by-wire one. I don't know, you know, mate. I think it depends. It depends if they can get the A380 out in a better state than the A350. You know what I mean? The A350 is great now. The A340 that they did is obviously that released in a better state. Technically, those guys are working on the A220 with Synaptic. I don't know how that's gonna go. That's just the way the sim community is nowadays. It is, mate. David, you've got it spot on, mate. We've just become impatient, and I think it's already a vast community, an expensive hobby. Granted, I've seen some of the horrible side of content creation with this community, and it's sad to see. People just need to enjoy it and settle down and just enjoy it, because people take it far too seriously. They really do. But yeah, I mean, fly-by-wire A380 versus any builds. I mean, you're talking freeware, payware. Fly-by-wire one is bloody fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but it's still not there, is it? Do you know what I mean? I know any builds are gonna obviously get out a decent payware aircraft, but again, it really just depends on how well they can get that update out, because obviously they've had the issues with the 350. You know, it is all screens and high-tech avionics with the 380, like the 350. Maybe just by a couple of years. Obviously, the 350 a bit more advanced. But yeah, to be fair, I'm just more interested in the A220, if I'm going to be totally honest. EGG, yeah, I do agree with you there on that one, mate. I think they should have done the 330 Neo or done a more premium version of the 330, because that's what we need, mate. And I think because a lot of people fly the A320, A321, it translates very well into the 330. It's the next logical step, isn't it? Going into the wide bodies. 330 cockpit isn't too dissimilar to the A320s and even the A340s if you look at it. But yeah, I agree. But then obviously you've got Phoenix with the A320 Neo at some point. I don't even think those guys were at FS weekend. I can't be totally certain. I'm not too sure. I didn't see the name. But they've got their Neo. Obviously Aerosoft, I think, announced the A330 Neo. The only way that is going to be remotely good is if Tolos come on board with them for that one as well. I'm not going to say what's good and what's bad, because again, I've said it multiple times, I am not the person to really ask about aircraft, especially not the big ones. I mean, even this Bonanza, all I can say to you is it flies beautiful. It's modelled exceptionally well, and just everything works, and I can fly it, and it's beautiful to fly. It's a beautiful general aviation aircraft. Any of the airliners, some of the other guys on YouTube who fly these airliners for real in real life, because most of your airline flying simming channels on YouTube, most of those guys are 737 or A320 pilots, so they know what they're talking about. And I don't even know what I was saying, to be honest with you. The A330 Neo Aerosoft, I think it's them. Those guys are doing it. I'm sure they announced it, but again, they really need Tolos on board with that one as well. A340-600 is good, but the night lighting is pretty crap. It has clearly been rushed. Yeah, I mean, I'm taking my impressions from other channels, other write-ups, other comments, and they've said that the systems are fantastic and the EFB is a game changer and all that business. And they just said that the model and texture work isn't the best. Its saving grace is those systems, which is great because that's what you want, but. It's this. Listen, the point before I go, guys. The point I'm going to make is, people will go on about not having airport interiors nowadays and not needing them. But I tell you what, in the last year, people start to think it's just a standard now, and if it's not there, people get upset about it. They're like, well, why is this airport not have a full terminal interior? It's the standard now. It's the same with aircraft. If it hasn't, people going on about the systems and stuff, but then there's a lot of comments going, the cabin looks terrible. And this is not, I'm not talking about a specific aircraft, I'm just talking in general. The cabin textures are bad, the seat belts aren't textured, the toilets aren't there, the crew rest area isn't there, the landing gear bay isn't fully modelled. People claim to not be bothered about all that, but it definitely comes up in comments quite a lot. It is what it is. Rafi was saying that they were going to remodel the wings of the A340. The systems are amazing, don't get me wrong, but the modelling definitely. Yeah, I mean, again, what I've read and what I've heard is that, obviously any builds A340, even though it's the 300, that's obviously modelled to perfection and it's really, really lovely. But yeah, just as you will see it. Just if you go back and watch the 757 trailer, you will see it, and it is hard to spot. But the guys at Bluebird have absolutely nailed like the modelling and the texturing work. Incredible. But also, if you just have a little check on when the aircraft's taxiing in a couple of the shots, you will see the wings flexing and the whole sort of aircraft shaking and the tail shakes. And actually, if you look at the very, very end shot of where it lands on the Polderbaan in Amsterdam, you will see the flaps shake as well. The actual, yeah, they've done, it's incredible. It really is. I won't buy a plane without a flushable toilet. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And as long as developers are pricing with that in mind, that is absolutely fine. It's if you price your aircraft at £60 and are using other aircraft systems and sounds, regardless of how nice you've modelled and textured it, it doesn't matter. You don't charge £60-70 for something that does not have its own custom built systems, and you know what I'm saying. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go because my mouth is killing. I need a drink. I'm going to go and get a cup of tea. I might be live again tomorrow and checking out the city update Amsterdam and Belgium, having a little fly around there, taking a look at it with the drone camera. But yeah, if not, I'll be back soon. Scenery, exactly, David. Exactly. They offer every aircraft. But anyway, the less said. I will say, guys, just on David's comment just at the end there, and I am going on another rant, I think Microsoft need to re-evaluate a couple of sellers on their official marketplace, because they are legitimate developers who have made legitimate aircraft and airports who still can't get their products, their work online onto the marketplace or any other stores for that matter, but yet they are selling Scenery. I don't know who Scenery have slipped the money to at Microsoft, and I hate to say it, I really, really do, because I try to be as positive as I can with Microsoft and Asobo about any developer. I try to see the positives and everything as much as I can, but that is one I don't know who has decided that's a thing. They need to get it off. It's unacceptable. There's people who have made airports that have legitimately spent time on them and effort and made a really good product, and they're still not able to get on there. But yet we've got M scenery. Anyway, guys, listen, thank you so much. It's been fantastic. You know, I've been looking around my local airport, and I will be back soon. Obviously, Indie Builds are going to release their Liverpool. I'll be live streaming the hell out of that. There'll be a giveaway for that, of course. And there's more to come, guys. So just stay tuned. Go into my Discord and go and join it. Go on onto my social media and follow me on there if you're on there. Massive thank you to Digital Designs for letting me showcase this before it is released to you guys. Massive thank you to Alex, who was on the live stream earlier, and James as well, for giving Digital Designs those references for all these new improved updates for Liverpool, which again, like I say, 6-year-old airport, one of the oldest sceneries for Microsoft Flight Simulator, heading back into FSX and also P3D. It's good to see that Digital Designs have spent some time over the last month actually updating this old airport. Thank you to you guys. I'm going to go, and I'll leave you just with that. Thank you so much.